Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. This is your brother Yosef, and I'm back with another video. And today, family, I want to talk to you guys about how to defend yourself using magic. Protection magic. How to defend yourself using magic. All right. I think that it is time for an update on the information I put out years ago on protection magic. Some things have changed. Some things have been updated. And I want to update you guys. All right. I want to update you guys. All right. Since we're going to be talking about affirmations and other magical, and I'm going to give you guys a really good, powerful thing you can do at the end of this lecture, at the end of this video, to protect yourself from ghosts. So stay tuned, family. But let's do our affirmation. My words create my world, and my world is bright. So as I speak, let there be light. Let there be light. Let there be light. Fiat Lux. Fiat Lux, family. Let's get started. Let's get started, family. All right. So we're going to be talking about protection magic, how to defend yourself. This is very important for you guys to understand because, especially if you're a newbie, what are you doing in magic? You are defending yourself from usually unseen forces, right? Forces that you can't see with your eyes, negative intentions that people may have towards you, that you think you're cool with these people and they have negative intentions towards you, right? You're protecting yourself against these type of things. Also, darkness, negative energy, destructive forces that are in the world that seek to harm you. Whether I know, some people work with darkness and they believe it won't harm them, and that's fine. That's cool. But I'm not here to convince you. I'm just letting people know there are dark, destructive forces in this world that will try to take your head off if you give them a chance. All right. So this video is for those who want to protect themselves from negativity and unseen forces. Okay. It's kind of like an update from my previous video I did, I think back in 2019 or 2020 on protection magic. All right. So we're going to give you guys some good information to think about and things that you can understand. Okay. So it's very important. We're going to go over some things you need to do to protect yourself, because if you follow what I'm going to tell you to do on a daily basis, it will be very hard for negative energy to attack you. Even if you think you're defenseless, I'm going to show you that you're not defenseless. And these things you can do to protect your home, protect your life, protect your family. Okay. And this is some basic stuff that every person in magic should be doing. All right. And we're going to get into it, family. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. So let's talk about the most popular thing that people use to protect themselves, which is crystals. There are hundreds of thousands. I don't know about millions, but I know there's hundreds of thousands of different types of crystals on the planet. Nobody knows every single type of crystal. There's hundreds of thousands of crystals, right? And in the past, I've given you guys like some crystals you can use to protect yourself. And you can use those crystals, but you have to be very careful with some of these crystals, because what happens is they can be positive at first. And then if you absorb too much negative energy and you don't cleanse these crystals, they will turn on you. Okay. This is very important to understand. Some crystals will turn on you if you don't cleanse them, and they will create negative, destructive energy in your life. And that's something that people forget to do. They forget to cleanse crystals. So I want to give you guys some crystals that people kind of overlook and don't think much of them, but they are very protective. And if you wear these crystals daily, they will protect your aura. They will protect your energy. All right. The first one is shungite. Shungite is more of a meteorite over a crystal. And shungite is very powerful because it does to your aura what it does to water. Just like the fullerenes in the water, in the shungite can cleanse water, these same fullerenes can cleanse your aura. Okay. So if you want to keep your aura cleaned, you might want to wear shungite, right? It cleanses your auric field in the same way as it cleanses water and shields in its negative energies. Place this near anything with radiation. It does destroy radiation. It dissipates radiation, actually. So if you have radiation in your body, radiation in your house, you want to get you some shungite to keep away these low vibratory energies. Shungite is very important. It's something as a crystal I wear all the time, y'all. You know, I got a piece of shungite I wear. I don't wear it every day, but I wear it a lot, you know. Actually, I was wearing this. I saw a friend of mine with this bracelet, and I was going through my jewelry and I found out I had this bracelet. Didn't even know, totally forgot I had this bracelet. So, shungite is one that's very powerful, family. The next one I would say is amethyst. Purple, anything purple is protective. It represents royalty, but it also represents protection. Purple, okay? Um, Women who wear purple don't really get robbed or beat up or attacked like that when you wear purple. It's a very high vibratory protective energy, the color purple. So amethyst is a protective gemstone. It doesn't just it's not just a psychic stone, and which it is, and it can work with the third eye. And people usually hold it there. But one thing people forget is great for psychic protection, and it's great for overall spiritual protection. Now, what I like to do is get a cactus amethyst because I love the way it sounds. This is a crystal that actually speaks to me. I've shown my cactus amethyst in past videos, and it pretty much looks like an amethyst crystal with little tiny small points all over it. You know, it's a real prickly, almost like a cactus. Beautiful gemstone, and it sings. Right, I hear many voices when I wear it. It sings to me. It's a very beautiful crystal. I still have that crystal too. Still wear it from time to time. So amethyst, don't sleep on amethyst. You're looking to protect yourself. Get you some amethyst and keep it clean. Amethyst won't turn on you, but the power will start to slow down if you don't cleanse it. How do you cleanse it? Put it in some sea salt water, right? You can do that for amethyst. Number one way to cleanse it is put it in the ground for 24 hours. If you can't do that, I recommend cleansing it with some sea salt water and then hitting it with a piece of some sage. The sea salt water will go really deep to cleanse it. And if you want to go deeper, then you need to put it in the sunlight. But sometimes the sunlight will actually turn to different colors. So you can actually get a laser pointer. This is a trick I told you about years ago. Get you a laser pointer and actually cleanse your crystal. Shine the laser pointer into the crystal. You can cleanse deep into the crystal. All right. Sound is another thing that can cleanse deep into a crystal. Okay. Anything that has a 5 vibratory mantra can cleanse deep into a crystal. Okay. So you guys need to understand these things. So that will help protect it and keep it cleansed. Okay. And you do that, you have a very powerful, you do that once a week, you have a very powerful stone, amethyst. One of my favorite gemstones, top 10. All right. The next thing is Rudra beads, also called Rudra Krishna. They're actually called Rudra Krishna beads. I have a small version of it on right now. All right. Let me just show you guys so you can see it for yourself. So this is a smaller version of it right here. But you guys see me with the big ones on, you know. Rudra Krishna, I call them Rudra beads for short. All right. The Rudra beads are powerful because what they do, family, is they deflect negative energy and they absorb divine energy just from wearing them. So this is a seed from a tree that constantly absorbs divine energy all the time, just from putting it on. These things absorb divine energy, and there's a whole science to these beads. They have some with different faces. If you take one seed and put it between two pennies, it'll spin, and in some cases it will levitate. It's very mystical, magical beads. These Rudra beads. I recommend having a pair that you can having some that you can wear. I wouldn't recommend wearing them if you have a really rough job, like you're gonna be sweating all day. I wouldn't recommend wearing it to a place like that. In that case, I recommend a crystal, or some type of medallion, spiritual medallion, right? Which we'll get into another time later in the video. But yeah, Rudra beads are very powerful. I recommend people having at least one set, and it's going to help you absorb divine energy. But you can't be a negative person wearing this stuff, y'all. I want to warn y'all about that. Some people, I've had people in the past, well, it don't work because you're a negative person. Y'all are here starting trouble, talking about people. You're doing drugs. You're doing all kind of negative things. You're in bad relationships, bad friendships. You know, you hanging around negative people. You can't be wearing all this stuff around them. This is where people who want to evolve and grow. right? That's who this is for, right? And if it turns against you and it don't work, then that means that you did it to yourself. So have the mindset of a more evolved person, a moral person, and you will see this stuff will work wonders for you in your life. Right. And I'm something I'm always preaching to y'all. I'm gonna try not to preach it to y'all this time, but I'm always preaching to y'all that people don't want to change sometimes. They just want to put stuff on, but they don't want to change. You gotta change, family. Another thing that people don't do every day that they should do to keep themselves protected is to sage and to use incense and to use different types of you know um different types of things that you can do to cleanse the area you're in, right? Your home, your car, right? Your office space, right? And what I meant to say earlier was resin. So you can use white sage as is probably the most popular thing. And let me tell y'all, it works, y'all. But like I'm always telling y'all, you got about 7 hours. White sage can cleanse and really sage, period. White sage tends to be a little bit more potent. White sage seems to be a little bit more potent, but you got 7 to 8 hours tops with sage, and then whatever you kicked out of the house. And trust me, it's gonna run everything up out of there. But whatever you kicked out is gonna come back after 7 to 8 hours. Um, so if you forget to sage every day, if you don't sage every day, you're not gonna have really good defenses. Palo Santos does about the same thing. It'll last about 7 to 8 hours. But the cool thing about Palo Santo is it doesn't just get rid of negative energy like white sage. Palo Santo brings in positive energy and gets rid of negative energy, right? So that's a famous one that people use as well. I do recommend it. I don't burn it as much as I used to because I burn the next one. White copal, I burn resins, right? So white copal is one I've been preaching to y'all for years. I put a lot of people on to that game. Burn you some white copal is incredible for clearing a space. Incredible. And if you want to take it to another level, black copal, right? So white copal will cleanse the space for days. Days, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do you can do white copal once a week or once every 2 weeks, depending on how strong you use it, how much you how much smoke you put in the area. So white copal, I recommend it at least once every 2 weeks. Hit your house, your car. You can even hit yourself with some white copal. All right. Agar wood. If you don't know what agar wood, so another name for it is oud. Get you some agar wood. It's very powerful. They call it the scent of heaven. The scent of heaven, agar wood. Don't sleep on agar wood, family. You can find it right with that name, agar wood. I use it all the time. It smells wonderful. You can. It's gonna come mostly in a wooden form, and you're gonna burn the wood right on some hot coals. That's how I burn mine, right on hot coals, the wood, and it is incredible. It smells great. It is great. Really, really good for getting rid of stagnant negative energy in your house, or car, or your office space. Agar wood. Don't go get the corner store sage, y'all. I mean the incense. I don't recommend it. Don't go to the corner store. Give me this. Give me no. Don't do that. Go to like the Indian store or get it from online. Get the real stuff, y'all. And I recommend burning these resins over everything else. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You can do the sage if you want. That's good. You can do the Palo Santo, but I recommend burning resins. They're really good. Another resin I recommend burning, or you can just get the oil, is pine oil. You know, the pine oil comes from the pine tree, and they call the pine tree the peace tree because the more pine you have, that seems to be a peaceful area, even in nature. When you're in nature and you see a bunch of pine trees, it's just a peaceful area, just peace. So a pine has a vibration that brings higher, it brings in a higher vibration, pine. Now, if you want to take your pine oil to the next level, get you some pine oil and charge it with some type of divine prayer, or a mantra, and you can rub it on your doors. Like you can write magical symbols on your doors, like you know whatever symbol you want on your door, and it will actually help that. The spirits will see it. So you can burn some pine in your house, pine oil, pine resin. I remember one time years ago, I ordered like a whole bunch of pine resin, like $50 worth. So so I could have it for a while. I ordered on eBay years ago, and the person sent me plastic. I wanted to fight, y'all. I was so mad. I burned it. I said, "Why does stuff smell like plastic?" Because it was plastic, y'all. He sent me. But you couldn't tell. It looked like some actual, pine stuff, but it was actually a big thing of plastic, chopped up plastic. I was so pissed. Um, so yeah, go to Amazon or something, get some pine resin or some pine oil, and that's something that you can use as well, family. It's going to help create the atmosphere, right? So another thing you can do to stay protected, right, to fight against this darkness, fight against negative forces, you can make sure that your atmosphere is set with these type of things here. I recommend the resins because they last longer, but sage is extremely powerful when it's used, and so is Palo Santo. I can't lie about that. All right. This is something that people miss right here: visualization. Maybe you're at work or somewhere, you forgot your amulets, you forgot your crystals, and you just need to protect yourself, right? Maybe you're at a family member house, you ain't got no protection on, and you're around negative people. You can do something called the white light visualization. Imagine pure white light surrounding your entire aura. This works. This works, family. Don't sleep on it. It actually works very well. The mirror shield technique: visualize reflective surface deflecting negative energy, right? So the negative energy that people are given to you, just imagine it deflecting back to them. Say somebody's yelling at you disrespectfully, just imagine the energy they're coming off you with, or somebody don't like you. Just imagine yourself as a reflective energy and reflecting it back to them, as a reflective surface, excuse me, reflecting it back to them. All right. So just imagine yourself as a mirror, and you're just reflecting that energy back, family. The golden bubble meditation. I've tried this many times as well. This works as well. Create a golden sphere of protection during daily meditation. So while you're meditating, you can imagine sitting inside a golden sphere. You can also just imagine yourself inside of a golden sphere all day while you're at work, while you're driving. This works. Your imagination has an effect on your aura, and it has an effect in the spirit world. Imagination, very, very powerful, family. All right. So visualization and energy shields. These things put up energy shields. They work. If you have nothing else to go with, you can use these. All right. Very powerful, family. Why you're not praying every day, right? Somebody done told y'all that prayers don't work. Prayers are not important. Prayer is begging. You shouldn't be begging. That's not true. Chants, a prayer is a request. It's not. It doesn't mean to ask or I mean, excuse me. It doesn't mean to beg. It means it's a request. It means to request, right? Sometimes in life, and we've all been there. It's like it's some stuff going on you can't control. And what does everybody say? We're gonna put it in God's hands. Well, if you're gonna put it in God's hands during those times, even as a spiritual person, I put a lot of stuff I went through in the hands of deities and gods, and it worked out for me. Maybe some people think that gods are just formulas and vibrations, and they don't believe in a God. So that's fine. I'm not talking to you that. I'm talking to the people who still believe in deities and gods, and I can tell you from experience that these gods will work on your behalf if you believe in them, you have faith in them. So I still pray to this day, right? Chants, prayers, and verbal spells, right? Protection affirmation, speaking positively, right? That's a protective affirmation. Some of y'all don't know how to speak positive. You gossip about people, you talk about people. Sometimes you say words you ain't supposed to say, and you just sometimes your day may start like that because you're frustrated, you're angry. We got to work on being more positive and speaking more positively. That is a very powerful protection. You know what I'm saying? Very powerful protection. So learn how to be powerful. Speak positively of yourself. That's a powerful affirmation. Speaking more positive. All right. Sacred text. The Gayatri mantra is something that you can say that that is extremely powerful. All right. The Gayatri mantra, extremely powerful. Don't sleep on that. Matter of fact, this medallion here has the Gayatri mantra in the center. And anybody who got one knows the power of it. Extremely powerful. All right. The Anabacoic, another powerful prayer, probably one of the most powerful ever that you can say. It's spelled just like that. You can look it up, called an Anabacoic, and it is a prayer that can create miracles in your life. Right? These are things that you can say daily, that you can use, right? To protect yourself. Don't wait until something happened and then you're trying to get a ritual or a spell to get protection when you should have been doing this type of stuff all day. As a magician, if you do these things, you ain't got to worry about no negative things happening to you. The triple gem mantra of refuge. You can go look that up. I actually have on my website, I have something called the Buddha mantra of refuge. And you're going to hear me speaking Buddha Ham Saranam Gotcha Am. You're going to hear me talking about I take refuge in Buddha. I take refuge in Songhai. You know what I'm saying? You're going to hear me saying these things. And what these things are very powerful ways to reprogram yourself and to take refuge when you're going through something. It's called the triple gem mantra. It has many names. You know what I'm saying? But that's what you can look for protection and fortifying yourself. All right. Intention setting spells. Spells you can make up with your words, verbal things, verbal charms, verbal magic, right? Like I tell you guys in the video, my words create my world, and my world is bright. So as I speak, let there be light. Been saying that for years. Something I made up. Been saying it for years, family. You guys can use it, and it works. It works. All right. So don't sleep on prayers, mantras, and verbal affirmations. All these things work, and these are things that I do, and I recommend you guys doing them. And you don't always have to go find a spell because you feel like somebody has you. You feel like somebody did something to you. Just do your daily practices, and it will help you, family. All right. Amulets, talismans, and symbol magic. Protective symbols. As you look at this picture right here, you see all these different type of protect. They all work. Evil eye, pentagram, all that stuff works, right? So ancient designs like the Hasma hand, which is very good for blocking the evil eye and some forms of negative energy. The evil eye, which blocks the evil eye, that's what it does. And the pentagram, which is more powerful, it's probably the pentagram gets slept on. Enough people don't wear the pentagram. It is extremely powerful for balancing out and blocking negative forces and keeping you protected, right? There's a reason why you got Captain America has the pentagram on his shield. Captain America, the unbreakable shield made out of vibranium, right? Unbreakable shield, supposed to be unbreakable. But yeah, very powerful, family, right? So you can also wear spiritual medallions, and this is one I sell on my website, newlifetools.org. It is called the Divine Radiance Medallion. It's a smaller version of the original one, but very powerful, family. All right, you can wear these things, or just go on Amazon and get you a pentagram. You know, and it'll be very. I recommend if you're going to get a real powerful one, get a silver one. Silver is good, copper is good. Really any type of pentagram. But if you want to take the energy up to the next level, because I've had stainless steel pentagrams, they worked. You can also find some made out of pewter. I have pentagrams made out of pewter, which is a magical metal. In case you guys don't know that. Pentagrams made out of silver. Never had a gold pentagram, but I have copper pentagrams, silver pentagrams. And I'm going to tell you, silver pentagrams are extremely powerful, especially during at nighttime. Doesn't matter what type of moon it is. It's just very powerful, the pentagram. All right. Charge jewelry. So charging your rings and your bracelets and, your amulets and, charging your jewelry with positive forces are going to be very protective for you as well. This is stuff you should be doing, y'all. You should be, when you outside, you should have something on. Something on. Some people just wear crystals. That's cool. But there's more to it, right? You can even wear some of the stuff on your clothes, your shirts. So having on rings and bracelets and protective stuff, that stuff is cool too. Even though we got to be careful because a lot of people can wear that stuff and they don't look like what they're wearing. You know what I'm saying? That could be a cover up. So we gotta, you know what I mean? We gotta have the attitude with it to go the right way, family. So rings, bracelets, necklaces, can be energetically programmed and provide constant defense against negative forces, right? And remember, you're fighting against things you can't see. You can charge these things even with sound or photos. So you can use sound to charge your crystals and your bracelets and your jewelry, and also photos. Right? In some ways, metal like gold and silver is more powerful than crystals. That's right. In some ways, gold and silver is more powerful than crystals. But I ain't gonna put crystals down because I still wear crystals every day. I just want people to don't put all their faith in them because there's a lot of things you can do, right? And also, you just can't wear a crystal. You got to program it. Some people buy crystals and they just put them on. What you don't know is that your crystals, a lot of time, they be sleeping, right? So they're gonna just produce the basic form of what it can do. But if you activate it, and you can activate a crystal simply by putting it on top of a book, put it on top of a protection book, a love book, any book you want. The crystal will start absorbing it. It will wake up. And you can strengthen your crystal that way by putting it on top of books. If you have a protection bracelet for protection, you should leave those crystals on top of protection books. Let it read those protection books. All right. Mojo bags, small pouches containing protective herbs, stones, and personal items to create portable shields against harm. You guys saw that in the movie Sinners. One of the brothers became a vampire, and the other brother tried to attack him. He couldn't bite him because he had that mojo bag on. Right? I used to wear a mojo bag daily back in the day. That was my main thing. I was on my shaman stuff back then. I still wear mojo bags from time to time. But it's something that everybody should look into. It's something that's very powerful to have. They have another TV show called Dark Winds, and they wear their mojo bags in there as well. So yes, I would recommend the the mojo bag. And of course, you guys see in the corner the famous, powerful helm of all, extremely powerful protective symbol, the helm of all. That's another symbol I recommend everybody wearing to protect themselves and to block negative forces. You can't go wrong with the helm of all, right? And just recently, I talked about the 8-pointed star, and secretly, most people don't know the helm of all is the 8-pointed star as well. It's just an eight pointed star in a different way. But yes, helm of all, you can't it's very powerful, great for protection, y'all. Great for protection. All right. So amulets, talismans, and symbols of magic. Don't forget those things to protect yourself and defend yourself. Salt circles and elemental barriers, right? So you can put salt down to block negative energy. Salt absorbs negative energy, right? Now they got something called the black salt threshold, which is very powerful. I'm gonna give you guys the science on that real quick. So it's called black salt. Some of y'all don't know how to make black salt. I'm not talking about black salt you buy at the store. I'm talking about you actually make. So you're gonna take sea salt and you're gonna mix it with ash. Now some people just mix it with charcoal. I've seen people do that. Some people mix it with charcoal. Some people mix it with uh, other types of ashes, right? I'm going to tell you exactly what type of ash if you want to have this thing be very powerful. You want to get some parchment paper, write down, especially if you do this during a full moon. But if it's not a full moon, it'll still work. Full moon just makes it more powerful. But get some parchment paper and with dragon's blood ink, write down, stay away, this house is protected. Write all the words to defend, defense, protection, light, threshold, barrier. Write all those words on parchment paper. It doesn't matter where you write them, just write them on the parchment paper. And fold it up in your hand 3 times, then fold it in half. And then you're going to hold it in your hand, your dominant hand, whichever hand you write with. And you're going to imagine this paper protecting your house. In any way, imagine it, the energy of it flowing around your doors, your windows, right? And then you're going to burn it inside of a cauldron. Get you a cauldron, get you an iron cauldron, and you're going to burn it in the cauldron. If you don't have a cauldron, cool. You just burn it on a plate or something. But I'm telling you to burn in a cauldron because I'm giving you more power to it, right? If you don't have a cauldron and you're a magician, get you a cauldron. But burn it. Take the ashes that you burned it with and put it inside the sea salts and mix all that together. If you want to put a little piece of black charcoal in there with it to make it darker, that's fine too. But it may turn out like a grayish color, and that's fine, right? You can mix it with that. Sometimes people take dried up dragon's blood, they mix it in with that as well. All right. So you can just take ash really and sea salt from the parchment paper you burnt, and mix that all together, right? Crush it, mix it together, and you're gonna sprinkle it in front of your house. Sprinkle it in front of your house. Sprinkle it in front of your by your windows, your back door, your side door, and as much of it as it can. Sprinkle it around your house. You know, there doesn't have to be a lot to sprinkle some, and this will block negative forces from coming into your domain. Right? Very powerful. Now, most people don't know about the water bowl protection, but you can literally have a little stand near your door and put a clean bowl of water. I will replace it probably every week. And don't get no sink water either. Come on now. Let's get some spring water or something. You know what I'm saying? Get you some spring water, put it by the front door, and sprinkle a little bit of sea salt in the bowl. Like a handful of sea salt, sprinkle that in a bowl. And put the bowl of water. It doesn't matter if it's a plastic bowl, a glass bowl, put it by your front door. Right? And this will capture negative energies. Or you can put it near your back door. You put it near the door that most people come in. If it's the front door, put it up there. And this will block out a lot of negative energy that's trying to come to your house. All right. It's called the water bowl protection. Very old hoodoo right there. Very basic too. Simple water magic. So everyday rituals you should be doing. If you depending on the type of job you have, you should be doing cleansing showers or spiritual baths. Cleansing showers or spiritual baths. All this I'm telling y'all will help keep y'all from negative forces and negative energies. You will notice your life will be better if you put these things into practice. So do cleansing showers, or meaning that you can visualize water or negative energy. As the water falls on top of your head, you're visualizing all the negative energy falling down to the drain. That's a very powerful one. It works. But you can also do spiritual baths, right? If you work at a hospital, a school, I recommend doing a spiritual bath at least once every 2 weeks, right? If you're able to, or hit it with the cleansing showers. Hit yourself with the cleansing showers. Those work as well. Using lunar rituals to recharge. So recharging yourself using lunar rituals is very powerful as well. And you can pay attention to the phases for enhanced power. So a lot of people recharge their jewelry, they recharge themselves during the moon. Energy boundaries, right? Regular reinforced personal space. Limits of both physical and energetic declarations. So you want to keep negative people away from you. Let that be part of your spiritual walk. You like keeping negative people away from you. I don't care if they're family. Practice keeping these people away from you. Some of y'all fall victim to these people because you think they need your help. They don't need your help. Stay away from them. I don't care what they need. If they negative, stay away. And then working with your altars. I always tell you guys that your ancestors are your first line of defense. Some people have very negative ancestors. They can't work with them all the time. So work with a deity altar. So have an altar of your choosing, and you should be working with an altar daily, or at least weekly, a couple times a week if you can't do it every day. Work with an altar. This is going to help keep certain energies around you, to keep negative forces away. They're going to see these energies around you. All right. Now I'm going to tell you guys this thing here. Defense magic. Use yang energy to fight against the ghost or negative entity. So this is a very powerful thing I'm telling y'all in defense magic, right? So myself as a right hand pather, I'm not a love and light person. Some of y'all don't know what right hand path is. I'm not a love and light person. But I will destroy the energy behind you. I will attack it, right? So I can attack the energy behind you. So now, but this is not for attacking the energy behind the person. This is for attacking the people who you're trying all you can. You got ghosts in your house, right? You got negative forces in your house. Something is in your house or in your backyard, whatever it is, right? Get you a quartz crystal point. It could be it doesn't have to be a perfect one. It could be a little brown. It could be as long as it's quartz crystal, right? Make sure it has a pointed tip. It does not have to be pointed on both ends. Some of y'all is big on details. So all you need is to be pointed on one end. Doesn't matter what size it is, as long as you can hold it with at least two fingers, your thumb and your pointer finger. As long as you can hold it in your hand, right? Or between your fingers. You're gonna have to learn what yang energy is. I know what yang energy is. I know how to pull yang energy, push yang energy. Yang energy is a warm, forceful energy that a lot of trees have a lot of yang energy. But yang energy is more of a life force, a light energy, right? Yin is a cold energy, and it has more of a stagnant element to it. So yang energy, excuse me, yin energy, excuse me, yin. So yang energy is light, is energetic. Yin energy is magnetic, right? So it's more of and don't get it twisted. We're not saying that yin is negative, so don't think we're talking about something that's bad. But I'm saying this because ghosts are 100% yin. Y-I-N, yin energy. This is why they have to go stand near trees. If you know about ghosts, a lot of them stand near trees. They're going to stand near some trees that produce. All trees are not yin trees. Some trees are. So the trees that have yin energy, like you'll never really see ghosts standing near oak trees. Some can, but they have to be a stronger type of ghost. If they're a new person that passed away, they're going to be standing more near a yin tree. And the yin trees are going to give them some type of energy. That's why they're standing near the tree, right? So the yin energy will give them energy. So if they get hit with yang, it actually hurts them. Yang energy can actually hurt ghosts, right? Now, if you're not trained to push and pull energy like Qigong masters, then it's a secret way that you can push your energy out like a laser. And you don't need a lot of energy to do it. You just need a little bit of yang energy. So I'm going to give you guys a secret way to tap into yang energy with your imagination. And it works. Okay? It works. If you don't know how to produce yang energy in your body or project it out of your body, you can actually do this, what I'm going to be telling you. Get you a quartz crystal, and you keep hearing noises in your house. Go to every corner in your house and command the negative force to leave, and walk around with a quartz crystal points in your hand. It's like having a spiritual weapon. Now, if you're really good, you can use a lightsaber, like I call it the Vajra. You know, that is brass. You can use that as well. But if you're a beginner, just get you a quartz crystal. Just get you a quartz crystal. Go around your house and point it. Wherever you hear a noise at, point it in that room. And I promise you, this thing is going to leave because it does not want to get hit with what you're about to do. So this is what you want to do. You want to hold the quartz crystal in your dominant hand. Right. Well, as a matter of fact, hold it in your right hand. Okay. Hold it in your right hand. And you're going to imagine the crystal glowing and it's shooting out white light out the tip of it. This is a secret way to tap into yin energy on a lower level. Even something like that will hurt a ghost. Now, don't go around messing with ghosts and they ain't messing with you, because that could backfire on you. They can go get some more ghosts and come back and get you, right? But if they bother you in your house, in your backyard, and they bothering you, they messing with your kids, then take this quartz crystal and walk around the house. It's like having a spiritual weapon, I promise you. And just imagine it glowing white, the quartz crystal, and imagine every time you speak, imagine a white light like a laser pointer coming out of the quartz crystal. Okay? This is yang energy. When you imagine white light, that's what yang energy produces. So, and once again, yang doesn't mean right hand path. It doesn't mean good. It's just another side of the force. Yang is electric and yin is magnetic. And if you want to be honest with you, yin is actually a little bit more powerful. But because it's magnetic energy is more powerful. But yang energy is what you can use to attack, right? This is basic. I can go into a whole class about attack magic, but I feel like people use it in the wrong way. So I got to be careful what I do. I'm trying to be responsible about what I put out there. Yes, there's a whole science on attack magic, but to defend yourself, I'm gonna call this defense magic. Then this is what you can do. You can go around, you can point this quartz crystal at a ghost, something that is not alive, and you can actually hurt it. You can injure it literally. And I'm telling you what I know because I've done it. I've done it many times. Um, and you know, when I was more foolish, I would do it in public to see if it would work. And I shouldn't have did that back in the past because I was the idiot that was messing with ghosts that wasn't bothering me. But I was interested in trying this thing. So I can tell you as a fact is you just imagine white light coming out of a quartz crystal towards and point it towards where you see a ghost or you hear a sound or something negative, it will run. It will leave because it's like you got an AK-47 pointing at it. It's going to duck and dodge. Right? It's going to get out of dodge. Trust me, it's going to run. So that's something you guys can use um, to protect yourselves in your spaces. I hope this helps. This is defense. This is protection magic. How to defend yourself with magic. All right, family. Once again, I want to thank everybody who did take Dragon Magic 103. The classes will be up for that real soon. For sale real soon. Thank you guys for that. And also thank you guys for watching. All right, this is Brother Yosef, and I will holler at you guys in the next one. Peace and love. Peace.